Hello, just taking a look at your Photoshop self-portrait. Um, so Callie, this is looking the same as your rough draft. Um, I'm not seeing any, like I see a picture of you and you might have, I'm not sure if you used a layer mask on that. It doesn't look like you did. Oops. I see that you did something different with this one, and you gave me this is your JPEG and this is your PSD, and they don't match. So I'm guessing you might have done this one separate. Um, and you did this one too, so I'm just not sure which one you meant to give me as a PSD file. I can see you did some work in here. This clipping mask is a little rough. Needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but obviously since I have the JPEG, it's just a flattened image. So there's some issues with that, just that these don't match, and that neither one of them is 8.5 by 11. I mean, this one would have to be, since you have it more in a landscape mode, it would be 11 by 8.5. And you could do like a file, new 8.5, or you would do 11 by 8.5 at 300 in CMYK color mode with a transparent background. You don't need to have the advanced options open, and you just push create, and this could be your canvas. And if we go back into one of your PSD files, well, the only one that I have really is this one, but you can easily go to layers. Like, so if I wanted to copy this picture over, I can do Command C, go back into my new canvas and Command V, and as you can see, it comes in as its own layer. So I mean, you can do that with either one of these to fix the sizing issue. You know, if you want to resubmit this for a better grade, I will let you do that. So let's say I want to copy over this background layer, I do Command C on my keyboard, and then I go back to the untitled, which is the new document I just made, Command V to bring that in. I'm going to reorder my layers by clicking and dragging them down. I'm going to delete this layer because I'm not using it. So yeah, and with this one, I might just do like a Command T or an Edit Free Transform. It's the same thing. You can see the shortcut here. On a Windows machine, it would be a Control T, I believe. But you can also just do Edit Free Transform, you know, and bring back in your elements. You can either do it with this one, you know, this other, you know, this one that you gave me, or maybe you wanted to actually do it to this one. You know, maybe this is the one that you actually meant to give me for both files. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, you can fix that issue, but you do have everything in CMYK color mode as far as both of these. Oops. They're both in CMYK color mode, which is good. You do have more than four layers. You have a picture of yourself. You're missing the clipping masks. I mean, this doesn't look like a clipping mask. It might have been at one time, but right now there's no evidence that it ever was one. A clipping mask looks like this, kind of. It's the same thing we did in the clipping demo a couple weeks ago. But I do think you did well on this. I think maybe you might be struggling a little bit with some of the technical aspects that go along with Photoshop, which is, you know, not surprising. You know, it is hard to learn this over online platform, but you're doing well. We're just beginning. We're beginning students. I'm not expecting some kind of a miracle. So anyway, with that being said, I do think you did well. There were some issues here with these two not matching up. I was wanting a JPEG of the same of the PSD, so these should look the same. And one should be a PSD file, one should be a JPEG file. So if you want to try and, you know, if you want to do anything to, you know, resolve that so that these two match, and maybe change the canvas size, and maybe clean up the clipping masks a little bit, you know, you can do that and submit that for a new grade, or we can just move forward and, you know, just work on the Illustrator logo. I think I'm going to end up giving an extension on that. It just seems like we need to slow down a little bit, take our time. I've definitely been giving you guys a lot of work, and I'm aware of that. So anyway, you've been doing really well, and I will give you the opportunity to resubmit if you want to. Okay, have a good weekend. Talk to you later.